there, my name is Julie Faifan Balzer, and now scanning my handwriting into the ScanNCut is my very favorite thing to do. And today, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to make it a little bit easier. When I scan in my own handwriting for cutting, I do use a thicker marker as opposed to a pen or something like that, just because a bolder line tends to give you a better result. So here you go. I'm going to take this marker, and it doesn't have to be a black marker. You can see that I happen to be using a blue one. It just has to be something that contrasts with the background. Now, if you do have a little spot like this, you might think about coloring that in just to fill it out and make it a little bit easier for the machine to cut out and scan. But now we're ready to turn this into a cut file. I'm going to lift the protective cover on my scanning mat, slip my handwriting right in there, and then I'm going to open the dust cover on the machine, and I'm going to bump up here, and I like to do a double bump. That's the way I feel like I'm really secure and it's going to load properly. Then still holding it with one hand, I'm going to reach up and hit the load button, and it's going to pull it right in, and then I'm ready to start the scanning. Once it's scanned in, I'm going to choose the second option here, and that is going to scan, that's going to create a cut line on both sides of the line so that I get both the insides and the outsides of my words. And I'm just dragging in the red arrows here to make it nice and tight scan. And if I zoom in, you'll be able to see how that cut line exists on both sides, which is exactly what I want. Now I want to make the cut line even more detailed because I want every imperfection of my handwriting so it really seems like mine. So I'm going to hit delete size, and I'm going to bring it all the way down. And that's just the margin that exists around my handwriting. Can you see now in every imperfection in that little dot on the I, every imperfection in the top of the G? That's it. It's me to a T. So I'm going to go ahead and X on out of here. I'm going to say OK. OK again, and now I'm going to save it into the machine. Of course, I have the option of saving it into the machine or to USB, but I am going to save it into my machine. And it's going to tell me exactly what it's saving it as, so this is number 27. I'm going to say, OK, thank you very much. And now I'm ready to hit the home button and go back home. Is it OK to delete all patterns? Yes, it absolutely is. I'm done with this. I've saved it. I'm good. So I'm going to choose pattern. I'm going to go to save data right into my machine. I know it's number 27. It's waiting there for me. There it is, looking good. I'm going to hit OK. And now I have a problem. I want to move it. I want to resize it, but I can't because it's made up of a million tiny little pieces. But luckily, the ScanNCut built-in software, if you go into the editing function, you can easily choose select all. It's going to get all those pieces. Thank you very much. And I'm going to unite them as a single file. So it is OK to unify the patterns. And now you can see that I can move this around as a single piece, and I can even resize it so that it's huge if I want. I can make it so there's more than one. I can do anything that I want at this point because it's united. But here's a little tip that people forget about, which is I'm going to hit save. And it's going to ask me where I want to save it. I'm going to save it into the machine, and now it's going to say overwrite or new. And the answer is overwrite because I don't want that file as separate pieces. I want it to be that one unified piece. So now it's going to save it into the memory in the machine, and now 27 is forever and ever going to be a unified piece. And if you don't believe me, let's go back home and see that. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to say OK. Pattern, save data. There it is. Where's number 27? There it is. And look at that. It is just one saved piece that now I can do anything I want with. You can flip it to print it in reverse. You can rotate it 90 degrees. You can resize it to anything you want. You can make there be many of them. But this file with your handwriting is now ready to go however you want because it's one unified piece. For more tips, tricks, and tutorials, I hope you'll visit my blog at balzerdesigns.typepad.com, and be sure to check out the ScanNCut website too at ScanNCut.com.